Hello friends, I'm Ernie the Horse Guy. Welcome to this week's episode of Better Horses TV. We've got a wonderful show lined out today. We're going to start off by going to Ottawa, Kansas to the annual convention for the Kansas Reining Horse Association, a great organization that you ought to consider about joining. Then what we're going to do, take a trip down to the Double Horn Ranch. A good friend of mine, Craig Cameron, is going to leave us a tip about side hobbling. Wrap it all up with my friends from the Dott, I'm talking about Wyandotte County, coming down and joining us for a hearty grub, a tremendous steak you got to really love. I tell you what, from Valley Oak Steak Company, and I think you're really going to enjoy that. It was great to have my friends from Kansas City with us. So go get yourself a cup of coffee, be back, and be ready to watch Better Horses TV.
What do you get when you bring together one of the biggest names in veterinary medicine with one of the most caring and committed teams of horse health experts in the industry? You get a vaccine portfolio known for its quality and safety, a pharmaceutical line you can rely on to help manage pain and support performance. You get the products, programs, and people of Merck Animal Health.
Hi, this is Pastor Frank with Open Range Fellowship. You know, one of the greatest benefits of being connected to the vine, being hooked up with Jesus Christ, is to think like Him, operate like Him, and have a vision like Him. And you don't get any better than Galatians chapter 5, verse 22, when it talks about the Holy Spirit produces this kind of fruit in our lives. I'm going to go through it fast. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. There's just nothing like it. If you can do these things, and go look it up, go over it slower than I did. When we do these things, then all of a sudden excellence starts entering in to what we do as believers. So, Lord, we want to just ask you to just fill us with your Holy Spirit. We want to be so much better for you and for our families and for everything. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. We'll go out this week and just love harder and have more joy and peace and all of these things. Have the fruit of the Spirit in Jesus' name. Amen. See you next week.
Back in the saddle and out on the trail with Ernie the Horse Guy, now fun will prevail. We'll meet the best horsemen under the sun. Tip our hats to the ladies, keep the good Lord number one. Ride along, sing your song, along with better horses, we're right where we belong. Faith and love from up above, the best of the good life's yet to come.
This segment is brought to you by your independent Purina dealers.
Hello friends, Ernie the Horse Guy here in Ottawa, Kansas at the Kansas Reining Horse Association year-end banquet. I'm here with two leaders in this group. I'm here with Brent Wright, trainer down in Ottawa, and Mark Gratney. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
How many years did you say this thing's been going on?
32 years.
32 years, and it started right here in Ottawa, down here at the bottom of the bank.
It did. I think the three of us were there that first night.
Well, what I want to do is I want to entice people. What a great organization for all ages. Tell us a little bit about the KRHA, Mark.
It's just a great organization that includes families, all different kinds of classes for the youth kids and the adults. And we each year sponsor our fraternity.
We have a fraternity, and this all happens in the fall, but you got clinics going on during the year and everything. And what's really neat, Brent, is to see how the trainers like yourselves help all the young non-pros, both young and old.
Yeah, that's the future of our organization is the youth, and we try to cater to them and make things interesting and entertaining for them and let them have fun and try to teach them a little bit of horsemanship along the way.
So for 32 years, Mark, we've been doing this reining deal, and here we're in Ottawa. But one thing that's really neat, we got some expansion on some things and everything by bringing on like the ranch riding. Can you touch on that? That's a super class.
It's just a great class for especially young horses or young riders that want to get in the pen without the speed of the competition.
And so it's really neat from that standpoint. And then I heard you talking about the meeting about far as having a free clinic. That's part of the deal too, isn't it, Brent?
Well, we're going to have a free for the youth, and if adults came, we were going to charge for that. But it's kind of a fundraiser, but it's also to try to get some interest in the youth program, and we want to make it as affordable as possible, but free for the youth.
The demographics of the Kansas Reining Horse Association, could you say it was? I know Kansas, but I mean it covers a big area.
Yes, we probably hit Missouri, Nebraska, and part of Oklahoma.
Really neat. Why should our viewers out there that like reining horses and everything, why should they consider the Kansas Reining Horse Association?
We have classes for any level of entry, whether you're just starting out or whether you've got an open horse. I think we have a class for every level of rider and horse, and it's just a good place to go and get your feet wet. If you're not used to showing and you feel a little bit intimidated by going to a bigger show, it's a small group atmosphere, and I think you'll find everybody to be willing to help you and be friendly, and it's just a good place to bring your horse.
What's really neat, sitting in the meeting, is it's a nice organization, family, but we bring in other organizations that we team up with too in reining. Like Missouri?
Yes, we're in combination with Missouri, the Southwest Missouri Reining Horse Association, and the Kansas Quarter Horse Association too.
Tell the folks before I let you go and everything a little bit, because we got viewers out here. What is a reining horse?
Well, reining horse is, to me, it's the epitome of a broke horse. They're judged doing 7 different maneuvers. They have to run and stop, back up, spin both ways, circle fast, circle slow. It demonstrates control, and if your horse is broke to do all those maneuvers and to handle that way, a lot of times these horses will do other things too. People may rope on them and
barrel race,
do other events, and they're just nice horses to ride because they're broke.
Well, we're excited about 2019 going in this year. It looks like you're going to have the saddle series, the way I heard from tonight.
Yes, they would be offering the saddle. Sounds like either the raffle and the saddle series for the non-pro and the rookie.
32 years we've been doing this. The good news is none of us have aged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, 30, but it's just a great group of guys. Great camaraderie as far as with folks, horsemen, and everything else. Like I said, you can do other things from trail ride, whatever you want to, but you get a broke horse.
Yes, I think it puts the foundation on the horse so they can go ahead and do all these other events, including the cattle work.
Well, It's exciting to be here at the 2019 year end as far as banquets you had for the reining horse deal. Appreciate all what you do for the horse industry. Folks, you need to consider this. And what's the best way they can get a hold of the Kansas Reining Horse Association and become a member?
You can get online on our website. It's KRHA, Kansas Reining Horse Association. There's a website with phone numbers to get in contact with if you're interested in our events or interested in joining.
Okay, well, hey, thank you guys so much. Thanks for letting Better Horses be a part of your meeting and everything. The ribs were unbelievable, and appreciate that, and the dessert.
Thanks for all you do for us, Ernie.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Ernie.
Imagine everything you could ever dream about when it comes to horses. Those dreams come true at the 21st Annual Equifest coming to Topeka, Kansas in February at the Kansas Expo Center, the largest equine expo in the Midwest with shopping, food, clinics, workshops, and more. World-class trainers, over 100 horses performing throughout the 3 days, displaying a variety of breeds, disciplines, demonstrations, and competitions. Vendors from all over the U.S. and non-stop entertainment. If you love horses, join us at Equifest of Kansas in Topeka, Kansas. Get tickets at equifestofks.com.
PFI Western Store, home of Boot Daddy, proud to be part of Equifest. PFI, located at 65 on Battlefield in Springfield, Missouri. Spend $50 at PFI and get a Boot Daddy hoodie for only $10.
Wearability means 100% waterproof, top to bottom, and no soggy, heavy neoprene. To demonstrate, we soaked a competitor's rubber boot and a dry shod rubber boot to show you why these other boots get heavy when wet and can even rot away at the seam when subjected to farm chemicals. Dry shod boots are treated with HydroCoat, a nanoscale water repellent that repels water as well as mud, ice, and organic chemicals. As you can see, the neoprene on the competitor's boot is soaked. If these were farm chemicals, the boot would eventually rot away at the seam. Meanwhile, the dry shod boot completely sheds the water. Dry shod, waterproof, top to bottom.
To get yourself a pair of these dry shod boots, make sure you go to one of your Vanderbilts in your area.
Better Horses with Ernie Rodina is brought to you by your friends at Merck Animal Health.
Good afternoon, Craig Cameron here at the Double Horn Ranch, and getting another useful horsemanship tip. I'm working with one of my good horses here, Latigo, and if you joined us not recently, we did a little hobbling demonstration on a 5-year-old mare that I was just getting started under saddle, and we used the front hobbles. You know, hobbles are such a great tool. Teaching these horses to give and yield to pressure, stand ground tied, keep themselves out of trouble, their foot gets trapped in something. So many good aspects. Teaching them patience. So you can see this horse here. I got this horse really broke to the flag, that type of stuff. I've got this horse rope broke. A lot of good things here that I've got going on. But today's hobbling, I'm going to use what we call a sideline hobble. Now this is going to be completely different. Instead of incorporating the 2 front feet, a sideline hobble is going to go like from the left front to a left rear. Why would we do that? Well, you get an old kicky horse, even one that's in the trailer. People say my horse just kicks, scrambles in that trailer. Man, that sideline hobble would be excellent fix on that. But you wouldn't start sidelining in the trailer. You got to start someplace like this, get him used to it, where he understands it. You know the drill. Present it to him in a way they can understand. Give him the time it takes for him to understand. Present it to him. You know, don't ask the horse to do anything he's not ready to do. So that's what we're doing, getting them ready. You know, people say, my horse has learned to run in the hobbles. Hey, a good cure for that would be a sideline hobble. Boy, they have a hard time running in these sideline hobbles. A horse that's maybe tough to shoe, he's a little tough with his feet, wants to scramble around. Sometimes my shoers will put a sideline hobble, like sideline him on the left side, then they can shoe him on the right side. A lot of good things. And in the meantime, it's teaching this horse patience, to give and yield the pressure, and just be a better, more gentle horse. So I want to show you a set of sideline hobbles. This is a set of sidelines. They're very similar to my training hobbles that I used on the 5-year-old mare, but the training hobbles were only about this long to go those front feet. Look at the extra distance in these, and this is a training style of sideline hobble. I got some in the Double Horn store that are made out of leather with the quick release of buckles, and they're really sharp, and those are the ones I'd use out on the trail. But this is the one that I'm going to use as I teach him how. So as I teach this horse how, right now I'm going to turn him sideways where you can kind of see what I'm doing here just a little bit. All right, I'm going to get right here. Now, when I use a sideline hobble, I always start right here. I start with that front foot. Then I'm going to drop the back foot in. So I've got this horse, again, like that other horse. I prepared him. I've roped off this horse. I've picked his feet up. He's really good with the ropes. He's good with his feet. So I'll make sure they're good on that kind of stuff before I go to these hobbles. So I'm going to go ahead and get my front foot first. Run my hand down. Get this horse where he'll hand me that foot, just like this. And I'm going to put this foot in. Now I'm going to shut this. And you see I drop this foot kind of back here so I can be a little bit closer, and I'm going to drop this back foot in. So I got to make it all work here. Now I'm going to go to this back foot, pick it up, and take my time. I've got it in there. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a hold of that lead line. Because a lot of times these horses, the first time they're sidelined, well, they'll start kind of kicking. They're searching. I'm going to pick that foot up and tell him, whoa, whoa, hey, like that. Whoa, 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 whoa. See, and if I didn't have this halter on, guess what? I might be forced to get him in a little bit of a wreck. But I'm right here with him saying, hey, everything's okay. I wouldn't do nothing to hurt you. Never do anything to hurt these horses. But this sideline, look at him. He's learning to what? Just like that, all on his own, he's learning to give with that. Man, that's a handy deal. What if he ever got trapped in a barbed wire fence or a hay net or something? Instead of struggling and destroying himself, guess what? He learns to give and yield to pressure. I've had horses that were tangled up in grapevines, in wire, everything. The ones that were hobble trained, they just stood there and waited for me. The ones that weren't, by the time I got to them, a lot of them had destroyed themselves and had to be put down. So some people will say to me, oh, I think that hobbling is cruel. If you want my opinion, I think it's cruel not to train them to the hobbles. But you got to do it the right way. Present it slowly, get them ready, use these training style hobbles to get them where they're okay about it, where they understand. They don't come in the world knowing what it is that we want of them. That's what they're having to learn. So look how comfortable this horse is now, right here. That's the first time he's ever worn a sideline. Now I'm gonna drop my lead line. See, the little kicky horse, guess what? He have a hard time kicking me right now, I guarantee you. Boy, if I needed to shoe him and he was tough about his feet, boy, I could go over there and shoe him on that side while he was sidelined on this one. Really gentle these horses up with that sideline hobble. And you can imagine a horse in the trailer right there that has a habit of kicking. I always tell people, see which foot is his dominant foot to kick with. You just get him used to these things with several sessions, then you put him in the trailer, then sideline him, shut your petition. I guarantee you, he'll have to learn how to ride, and he can learn how to do it without kicking. He'll figure out it's not a bad deal. So it's all about offering life up to these horses, you know, giving them a reason to change and a reason for them to trust us. And if you do it right, I guarantee you, you're going to end up with that excellent result and a better horse. Hey, keep riding like a champion. And by the way, if you want a set of those sidelines, go to CraigCameron.com or Double Horn Store or RideSmart.com. Look for all the good equipment. Hey, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
You care about your animals and feeding them the best. And that's where Purina's local Kansas City dealers step in, providing you experience, knowledge, service, and advice. Purina feed dealers are people who believe in community involvement and who believe in you. They have a passion for the feed industry and are committed to helping customers unlock the potential of every animal. If you are looking for a trusted source for your animals, look no further than your local Purina feed dealer, your partner in animal care.
The first time riding the CSI saddle pad, I could tell that my horse had a lot more flexibility, had a lot more stop, and was a lot more sturdy to the saddle horn. It just looks comfortable for your horses, and around their withers it gives them a lot of room. The way my horses worked, after using the saddle pad one time, I feel like the saddle pads will work on all my horses, and they have a different design for every horse, and I feel like that's very important for performance horses. The CSI saddle pad, I feel, will help me keep my horses working better longer, as I'm jackpotting, roping a bunch of steers, and I need my horses to last as long as they can and work at the best of their abilities.
Rio Equestrian Center is Kansas City's largest equine show facility, offering horses and riders an unmatched experience in competition. We strive to make horse shows enjoyable and offer events that serve the equine community with the spirit of hospitality. So for the best experience in horse competition or to plan your next equine event, go to Rio, the premier show facility in the Midwest. Go to RioHorseShows.com or call 913-980-4668. Rio Equestrian Center, located in Oak Grove, Missouri.
This segment is brought to you by CSI Saddle Pads.
Hello friends, I'm Ernie the Horse Guy. Welcome to this week's episode of Better Horses TV. Having a blast, a special night, Mark. It
really is a special night.
I'll tell you what, we got some great meat provided by Valley Oak Steak Company.
Oh, and it looked great. I've been over there slicing it up and carving it up. That's the best fillets I've ever cut up in my life.
We're good. And we got the girls from the Dott in here.
Dott girls!
Dott girls. Wyandotte County, Kansas City, Kansas. Went to school with Georgia Hallett over there and her granddaughter. Didn't go to school with her, but we're having a good time. They're coming down. Coach Bowles, got Coach Bowles back for a return. Great to have him here.
Oh yeah, he's always a hoot to have around. He's just good community entertainment.
Well, this is all for kind of a little tribute to the Dott up there in Kansas City, Kansas.
Like your shirt. I didn't get to put mine on. I got Kelly's on, but that's all right.
We'll have to get you one. But tell us what we got going on.
Oh, it was a complicated meal. We did the fillets, roasted them up, grilled them up, put oil on them, rubbed the oil in, put seasoning on them, grilled them on a real hot grill. And since we had to cook the shrimp on the same grill, we took them off a little early, put the steaks in the oven to finish, put the shrimps on the grill, did tequila marinated shrimps. The shrimps have been marinated in tequila and a bunch of herbs and stuff for about an hour before we started cooking them. Then we made a...
great looking salad.
It is. It is a whatever these things are. Somebody tell me again, I forget. It ain't cauliflower, it's the other one. Broccoli. A broccoli salad. And we got some onions, very little onions, apples, a bunch of other stuff in there, my homemade dressing to go on it. We started out with the cowboy onion soup.
A really good soup.
Isn't that
Was it good soup, ladies?
Yes!
Did some herb butter, and we smothered the herb butter over some French bread, baked it in the oven off nice. And what about, and the shrimp. We're going to put my chipotle sauce on the shrimp. Did the taters in the little skillets.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, you got to have the taters. Taters in little skillets with onions and cheese and cream, and hopefully they work out good.
Mark, let's talk about this dessert that we had coming on and everything. Just a great deal. We had like the main course, everything, the salad. How about Tina's dessert?
A nooey gooey chocolate cake, which is just melt in your mouth in the middle and kind of like a brownie on both sides. And she put a big dollop of whipped cream on it. And if you don't like chocolate, you won't like that. Kind of like the hearty grub part. Yeah. If you want to eat healthy, don't eat that chocolate cake.
And as far as the Dott folks, remember, you can always take the boy and the girl out of the Dott, but you can never take the Dott out of the boy and the girl. So so we can appreciate you all coming to everything, the girls from the Dott, and folks, just dig into the rest of this, Mark, and enjoy it. And thank you, folks.
Hay is not for horses. They deserve Stanley Premium Western Forage. There's no better place in the country to grow forage than Idaho, and Stanley is one of the country's largest producers. From pellets, cubes, and chopped forage in bags to compressed in 3-tie bales, Stanley cultivates the premium forage types horse owners demand. Because your horse needs hay, but he deserves Stanley Premium Western Forage.
Your buddy Ron once said he could install your ceiling fan. He couldn't. And that one time, Ron said another chili dog was a good idea? Yeah, it wasn't. So when Ron said you'd never afford a John Deere tractor, you knew better. Now, Ron does too. The E-Series, legendary John Deere quality, unexpected low price.
Stop by and see Heritage Tractor at one of its 9 locations for your John Deere and Featherlight trailer needs. HeritageTractor.com.
This segment is brought to you by CSI Saddle Pads.
Hello friends, Ernie the Horse Guy here at Dott Night here down at the ranch with Mark Burkdahl. We're talking about the hearty grub. I've got a lot of friends from the Dott. And if you're from Kansas City, you know what the Dott is. We just finished out round 1 of our course and everything, and I'm going to let Addison Lee. Addison, tell us what we had. We had what was it, American
cowboy
soup?
Onion soup.
What'd you think of it?
A solid 10 out of 10.
A solid 10 out of 10. And then I got one of our guests of honor, Georgia Hallett. She's a Dott. We went to high school together. And you see we got the official Dott shirts on. Georgia, I'm going to pass this down. What'd you think of the soup?
It was absolutely fabulous. It beats those French and Louisiana Purchase all to get out. It was absolutely delicious.
And all I can say is my husband would be very jealous. It was wonderful.
Coach Bowles.
Oh, the soup was excellent.
Loved it and want the recipe. Thank you.
So it's really good. I tell you what, we're having a blast here at Dott Night. Like I said here, we're going to be coming back more, evaluating this great meal, Cowboy Onion Soup by Chef Mark Berkdahl.
Howdy everybody, Bob Tallman for BobbyT'sJerky.com. I'm standing next to the beautiful San Saba River in Menard, Texas, where our product is made. This is the 4th recipe. Now we're complete. What I want you to know is that Valle Sagrado, the chili, from the Sacred Valley where the hatch comes from. You know, they're very proud of their products, and we're proud to make them with our products. You need to understand something. High in protein, low in carbs. It's healthy, and it's for you from BobbyT'sJerky.com and retailers in your hometown.
S4 Quality Shavings is your headquarters for the best choice in animal bedding, both retail and wholesale, providing your business or facility with 6 different kinds of wood shavings. After 23 years in the animal bedding business, we have gained the ability to uniquely customize our products to your specific needs. Join the many happy customers who have made the best choice for their animals. Visit us today at s4shavings.com.
This segment is brought to you by your independent Purina dealers.
Mark, just a wonderful job. You're running around like a hummingbird on speed back there.
If I hadn't had the help from these 2 wonderful ladies and Tina over there and Jim, we'd still been working on it. I bit off a little more than I could chew.
Really a great meal you hadn't had. How about the girls from the Dott?
Hey, Dott.
We had them back here. Great to have them. And then Kathy and with Tina, we had lots of help here. And this meal was, again, you just keep outdoing yourself.
This is a little different. I mean, a little over the top, but for the Dott ladies, we had to do something special.
Talk a little bit about the piece of meat we had. It was a filet.
Oh, yeah. Got the whole tenderloin from Valley Oak Steak Company. You all seen these beautiful fillets. Didn't take hardly any trimming on them. Slice them up, and they just melt in your mouth like butter.
You know what's really neat is they sell certified Hereford, certified Angus. How tough is it, you being a grower, to get them to come out and to qualify you to be a certified Angus and certified?
It's tough. We sell lots of fat cattle, and about 20% or 10% will make the cut. And we feed really good cattle, but it's really hard to get a certified Angus or a certified Hereford.
Well, they kind of wonder, people out there wondering, so we got the folks from the Dott here, what's this have to do with better horses? Well, you know, a lot of folks, we all love horses, love the Western way of life, and love to eat a good steak.
Good steak's the main part of it.
So, Connie, can I ask you a question? No. Okay, I didn't think I could.
Kathy, can you have anything to say?
What do you want me to say?
What did you think of it?
It was unbelievable.
There you go. You got that down. Well, it was really good. Mark, what's going to be next? Like I said, we're looking forward to being on the TV with this episode. Thanks for all you do. And folks, go to our website, betterhorses.com. Check it out there. And again, keep watching Better Horses and keep listening to Better Horses.
That's the plan.